This is the boundary of the Packhouse field where Mr. Elliott used to grow his strawberries here. I remember it very, very well indeed. I used to pack them off to Tesco's and whatever else, and but now it's not even fit really for making hay, let alone growing strawberries. And this is the boundary fence here. This is actually the boundary. Just the other side of that, where that telegraph pole is there is a big pipeline that used to run from the main works across the other side of the A10 to what they call the wastewater treatment plant. Now, as we understand it, this pipe had many leaks during the course of its years of operation, and this is the outcome. Just have a look at this. Now, this is quite a well tree actually. You don't find many of those here. As you can see, the leaves are quite nice. They are what you'd expect to find on a tree really. There's no problem with those whatsoever, look. But tell you what, let's just have a quick look just next door here. We'll just move along here just a little bit, and you will see the difference. There we go, another little bush here, exactly the same. Just look at the state of those leaves there. Now, according to our agronomist who's had a look at this and taken samples, and that is a clear-cut case of some kind of hormone damage by chemical, of course, leaking out of the pipe over the years. The cupped leaves are quite commonplace when you talk about hormone damage, apparently. There we go. Just for the European Commission's office, that is what Mr. Elliott has had to put up with over the past 25 or 30 years farming here. It's an absolute disgrace. You can see more damage there as we go up into the canopy there. Just have a quick look up there. There we go. Now then, interestingly enough, just 4 or 5 days ago, the Environment Agency, the agency nominated by the UK government to look after this kind of thing under the directive, the EC directive, the polluter pays, came out, had a look and said, oh, that's badgers that have done that. Well, our agronomist says that if badgers are actually cause this, then the badger needs to read the label on the product before applying it. But yes, there we go. Two there of the many boreholes that have been sunk by the Environment Agency, and in fact they've taken samples apparently, but there's no data come back, so you know, it's rather difficult to ascertain as to whether or not they know that there's a problem here, or as to whether or not there isn't. But there we go, and you can see it's quite sparse actually, this particular piece here, which does suggest that there is a problem. Let's just have a quick look. We just found another very nice example actually of the problems that we've got here. So there's another tree there, exactly the same again, cupped leaves. Look at the state of it. It's a disgrace. It's an environmental disaster here. But yeah, here we go. Look at this. This is there's one we found earlier actually. I think this is further into the where the quite close to the pipeline actually, that used to leak all over the place. Look at the state of that. That is unbelievable. I'm astonished, totally astonished actually, that you can get away with that in this day and age. In fact, the European Commission needs to take action immediately against the Environment Agency for failing to implement EC regulations. It's a disgrace, total and absolute disgrace. That's what they call the wastewater treatment plant, and apparently those tanks you can see there, the huge caps on the bottom of the tanks have been removed and are open. That's quite evident by the American satellite pictures that we've looked at recently, so we can have a good look around the site. But there's also a number of broken pipes on the site as well, which we're not very happy about. We can also see those on the satellite picture. Let's just have a quick look here. They've planted some trees here, but these are poplars, and as you can see, they're not doing very well at all. In fact, the suggestion is here that they'll be dead within the next 12 months. All of these poplars here are showing signs of not being very well at all. Not good.